Hi everybody, hope you're having a good weekend so far. Meteorologist Ryan Breton with the latest look at another storm coming in. We are on the weather watch for Sunday night through Monday. Another rainstorm, but I think this time it will play out a little bit differently than the last storm. What we had last Sunday night was mainly a rain event with, yes, some gusty winds, but the strongest winds stayed to our east, so we had very few power outage issues. Only about 5,000 or so customers were affected. In this storm, the rain looks slightly less, but still enough for some flooding. The wind looks a little bit stronger, and the coastal flooding threat out of this storm looks much higher. We could have widespread moderate coastal flooding during the high tide Monday afternoon. A flood watch has been issued for the entire state. Again, basements, rivers and streams, and other poor drainage areas may be vulnerable to flooding, especially Monday morning. A wind advisory has been issued for inland parts of Middlesex, New Haven, Fairfield counties, along with Litchfield County. That's where some outages are possible, but it's really in the high wind watch area, which includes the shoreline and all of New London County, where we may have some gusts 55, maybe even 60 miles per hour, and that's where numerous power outages are possible, with the strongest winds coming through Monday morning. Coastal flood warning has already been issued for the shoreline, and this includes two high tides, one before sunrise Monday morning where minor flooding is likely, and then the second Monday afternoon where moderate flooding is likely. And in between the two, the water may not drop a whole lot because that's when the strongest onshore winds will be happening Monday morning. Let's give you a look at the storm right now. It's bringing a lot of rain down to Florida at this point. You can see a ton of rain here, and then there's a front coming in from the west. They're basically going to merge as they come up the east coast, and all the moisture and all the energy resulting in wind coming our way. So here's a look at the timeline. Tonight we'll have a lot of clouds, and there may be some patches of fog that form by daybreak, especially inland. Overall, it's a cloudy and dry Sunday morning though, so if you have anything you've got to get done, the morning is the time to do it. A few showers begin developing during the afternoon, so we'll have off and on rain mid to late afternoon, and that will continue into the evening with some waves of rain coming through. The heaviest rain, though, probably around midnight through Monday morning. We'll have waves of heavy rain. There could be some thunder within the rain, too. Temperatures rising to around 60 degrees, and then the strongest winds will come what appears to be during Monday morning's commute through about late morning. This is when we may have some gusts over 50 miles per hour, especially on the shoreline and in eastern Connecticut. And this is also when flooding issues may begin too, with the heaviest rain coming through Monday morning. Still a little bit of question as to how much rain lingers into the afternoon. This particular model brings one last surge in during the afternoon. Other guidance does taper it down after about 2 or 3 o'clock. So we'll have to see how that evolves. But either way, Monday evening will be turning drier. Looking for a widespread 2 to 4 inches of rain, maybe a little bit less in southeastern Connecticut, a bit under 2 inches. And I think the highest chance for any isolated higher amounts would be in the western side of the state, where we could get some 4, 4.5, 5 inch totals in that part of the state. Here's a look at the wind. It really won't be that windy Sunday evening, except if you're on the shoreline. That's when we may start to get some gusts over 25 or 30 miles per hour. It's really Monday morning, though. This is 2 a.m., and it's still not all that gusty. But watch what happens around daybreak. We may start getting some gusts over 50 miles per hour, and that's especially true in southern and eastern Connecticut. So it looks like the strongest winds will be centered around 8, 9, 10 o'clock Monday morning. And then Monday afternoon, as the system begins to pull away, the winds will start to settle a bit from west to east, although it still will be a bit gusty on the backside of the storm. So here's a look at your next 7 days. Again, the dry part of the day Sunday is the morning. Showers developing in the afternoon. Heavy rain late Sunday night, Monday morning. Still some lingering rain Monday afternoon, but the worst should be over by about 1 or 2 o'clock. Wind is a concern. There may be some outages, especially in southern and eastern Connecticut. And for those of you on the shoreline, there's an early morning high tide and especially Monday afternoon's high tide, which may cause flooding issues. So 2 high tide cycles to be concerned about on Monday. After the storm pulls away, it does turn chillier for the midweek, maybe a few showers on Tuesday, but no big storms as we see it right now. Stay with us through the rest of the weekend. We'll have updates on the storm as it moves in.